Please listen carefully.
Well, hello, universe, and welcome to the Optimist Daily Update. I'm Kristy Jansen.
And I'm Summers McKay.
And we are part of the team behind the Optimist Daily, making solutions to news. We bring you reader-funded solutions news every day in order to change the tenor of news media, social media, and the direction of your day to help you get focused on solutions.
7 days a week, we publish positive news stories written by award-winning journalists and delivered online to your inbox and through our social channels. And also, we are sharing these solutions in a commute-worthy, walk-worthy, home office-worthy podcast. Today is Thursday, the 26th of August, 2021. Hello, Kristy. How are you?
I'm just fine and dandy, Summers. How are you doing today?
I'm pretty good. I have been listening to an audiobook. I think many months ago, I told everyone that I had started to listen to Michelle Obama's audiobook, and it had made me feel like less than, and I was super insecure because I wanted to be as awesome as her. But as encouraged by many of my friends who said, no, just keep listening. Like, she gets very real into the challenges of what it was like to have her career upended and her focus shifted, and also just the struggles that they had in their own relationship in navigating the complications of two very, very powerful careers and then the eclipsing nature of her husband. So I have to say that although yesterday we were talking about powering, our homes through exercise, I am really looking forward to whenever I can pop in my earbuds and hop out and just do a little, 2,000 step walk to get another few minutes of the book in. So I just finished up a good exercise walk while listening to the book this morning, and I'm feeling very, very fiery and happy and
I like that.
Back to optimistic. So
You know what I'm finding since we talked about the power of silence at the beginning of the week?
Yes.
I've actually left my earbuds out of my ears more often because I realize that I am never alone with my thoughts anymore.
Right.
And I've been trying to just let myself think. And I think it's a nice practice. I'm appreciating it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, from both ends of the spectrum, getting inspired by good media or just being quiet. I think for me, it's also about prioritizing exercise again and taking some time for myself. When one of the articles today on the Optimist Daily is about making a not do list and instead making a, like how you make your to-do list. And one of the things that I made a decision not to do anymore was just to not exercise, right? To sit and to know that at any moment, if there was 15 or 20 minutes in between meetings, just as I did when we worked in an office together, I'd say, hey, let's go for a walking meeting, or I'd go walk around the block. So, but there is so much wisdom in the Optimist Daily today. It is a do good, do well, be good, be well day on Optimist Daily today, isn't it?
But it is. But taking a line from that article, the headline that you mentioned, which we're not going to highlight, about making a not to-do list.
Yes.
It's like the backwards way of getting yourself into doing something well, doing something good. Because I think both of us have headlines that want to highlight and celebrate the things that are usually considered negative. And I'm happy to start if you like with our conversation. Okay.
You just launch it off, lady.
So my headline reads, why your gratitude journal should also include your setbacks. And I found this such an interesting little mini article that focuses on a new book by Wendy Suzuki, PhD, who's a brain plasticity expert. And she talks about balancing out your gratitude practice by also giving thanks to the lessons in some of those unpleasant experiences or unpleasant emotions that we usually try to pretend aren't really there, like anger or anxiety or worry, things that we may feel bad about getting caught up in. And she has a new book coming out called Good Anxiety, Harnessing the Power of the Most Misunderstood Emotion, that focuses on how stressors and setbacks can also be used for positive motivation, moving us more forwards, more towards self-awareness. and also overcoming those feelings. And it helps us know who we are and what's important to us. And I just love that. I don't know if you have done that practice with your kids, like roses and thorns, where you talk about the roses in your day, but also the thorns.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that. So, I am trying to reconstitute family dinner in
Mm.
our home, and we do have dinner together most nights as a family. But the way that I can sort of most describe it is my entire existence is about trying to keep the baby from being too noisy to affect our older kids who kind of don't respond well to her screaming. And like our entire family dinner is about me trying to like force family dinner while keeping our toddler disengaged and our teenagers engaged, if that makes sense, right? Like I'm desperately trying to like quiet the one who wants to participate and engage the ones who don't. And I was thinking this morning about the roses and thorns practice. And as we move forward with family dinner, regardless if the baby is screaming or squawking, everybody needs to start doing their roses and thorns because I'm just so over the down in the dumps mindset that I think it can be very easy to get into when you are in life's transitions, as many young people are. So
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah, and it's a
I
good
love it
practice.
a lot.
It's a great practice. And speaking of great practices, Summers, and things that you may or may not want to include in family dinner
In
time.
family dinner.
What's your headline for the day?
All right. So most people who know me know I'm kind of I'm a bit fastidious when it comes to not swearing. And in particular, I am focused on that because I have a child who repeats everything. In fact, yesterday, my daughter came running out after having had her diaper changed and said, "Holy crap, that's a big diaper." And I
Changed her
just,
before that.
so my husband had
Of
been
course, I
changing her
figured.
and she had had an enormous movement and she just was running around the house for about 10 minutes saying, "Holy crap, holy crap." And so we had to laugh and like not react because we didn't want to engage with it, but it was also pretty funny. That being said, maybe not when you have a house full of toddlers who repeat everything, but generally in life, it turns out there are surprising benefits of swearing. So, swearing is something most people at one point or another have been told not to do, right? We've all been told not to swear. It's something we're taught and is inherently wrong. And the question is, why sometimes does it feel so right?
Yeah.
Letting out that biting swear word may seem to add more to a point of what you're saying. They have a more potent engagement in a heated discussion. And moments of surprise and happiness are often punctuated with the punchiness of a crude word. As it turns out, swearing has physiological benefits. It has the power to generate physical energy and take the sting out of pain. So, remember the last time you, I don't know, hit the top of your head in your parents' attic, which is the last time I remember shouting a swear word in front of my mother. But it turns out the reason we do that is because it actually lessens your pain. In his book, The Stuff of Thought, Language as a Window into Human Nature, cognitive neurologist Steven Pinker explains the 5 ways we curse. So there's 5 different types of cursing. 1, descriptive swearing. Like, we want
to do something.
we want to bleep, right? Emphatic swearing, expressing how bleeping much we want something. There's also abusive swearing, which is, which bleeper did this? I'm being so careful, but I guess Amelia could bleep me out if I had to. Or idiomatic swearing, which is sort of exaggerative. It's so blanked up that they did this. And lastly, cathartic swearing, which is when swearing is employed in an attempt to relieve anger or pain. So, swearing triggers well-known stress-induced analgesic responses. Adrenaline is released, heart pumps faster, and we become more enabled to overcome an aggressor or make a swift getaway. Swearing helps people tolerate pain. Now, like all of these kinds of things that increase your body's response, if you overuse it, you develop a tolerance to it. So you can't swear all the time. People who swear most every day of every life kind of get less benefit. But for those who do it intermittently,
so save up, save up and do it when you really need it.
Exactly. Save up and just like beeping swear when you really beeping need to say what you beeping feel.
I like it because it actually it gives you that adrenaline. It gives you that punch. It gives you that extra energy you need to get over something, whether it's you've slammed your finger in the door or knocked your head or got really upset with somebody. Maybe don't swear at them though.
Right.
Because that can have negative consequences.
Right? So you can choose, and while I am particularly I avoid swearing in front of my children, I do not avoid swearing in general, as many of the people on our team know, because I entertain myself with my profanity sometimes.
I've been told I have the vocabulary of a sailor sometimes.
It's just ironic because you are a sailor. So you are like that leopard from yesterday, right? You're the leopard who knows who you are. You don't change your spots. You speak like you sail.
I say what I say and I mean what I mean. I am what I am, right?
This has been really fun today, Kristy, but
it has been. I know we got to move on to our other work,
right? Like it's time to get to work. We've got a few other headlines. There is an MIT invention that could help control prosthetic limbs more precisely. There's a plastic-free recyclable cooler using wool to keep things cool. Kind of ironic. Argentina's new trans employment law further protects LGBTQ+ rights. Snorkelers discover record-breaking coral in the Great Barrier Reef. What else do we have, Kristy?
We have an article about 6 foods for a healthy gut. Always good to get your gut in good gear. A zombie escape room, which has prepared clinicians for the pandemic. Oh, I love that. And good news. Climate reporting accuracy is improving in news media. That is good news because we really need it. Climate change is an existential crisis, and we've got to deal with it and address it smartly with that solutions mindset and in a way that's going to make the world wake up and get us out of this. We have to acknowledge the thorns and the setbacks so we can move into gratitude and positivity.
And we can bleeping fix this bleep.
Exactly. All right. Well, that's it for today's Optimist Daily Update. Thanks, everybody, for listening to our funny show today. And we bleep and promise to continue sharing positive solution-based stories with ideas on how you can get active and help participate in changing the world for the good for all of us. We promise to keep covering current events with accuracy and good sources and help you know what's going on in the world so you can get busy and change it. And thanks, if you haven't already, if you like what we do, if you want to support us, please consider becoming an emissary on theoptimistdaily.com. And for starting at $5 a month, you can help support reader-funded, independent journalism and be part of this solution-changing consciousness that addresses our world's biggest challenges with a problem-solving mindset.
Everybody, let's keep the Optimist Daily free to those who need it, supported by those who can. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll see you on Friday.